Department, but I also consider him. I always consider it a lot of those folks are right here in this room. So thank you all so much for continuing to welcome me and allow me to be a part of the ride. So real quick.
Good evening, everybody.
You all know I ran.
Welcome to another edition of Incarceration to Incorporation, where we know that it ain't over until the Lord says it's over. We also know that once paid, a debt is no longer a debt, and that is just the way that it is. There is life after anything that you were able to live through. And if you were able to live through prison, you were able to live through a bad accident, a near-death experience, life still goes on. And there is life after that. So I'm Julius Hall, CEO of All Things Relevant Media. We have a special live broadcast from Georgetown, South Carolina, where we're going to show you that it ain't over until it's over. That once paid, a debt is no longer a debt. We have one of our members, it's about 300 of us in this room, and one of our members, Donald Gilliard, is running for office. We have some speakers up there right now, and one of the speakers, that's the state senator, Ronnie Sabb, and Mr. Sabb, I've come here and worked his campaigns with Gilliard. Gilliard is a political consultant that here in South Carolina. But before we get into all that, I'm gonna let my co-host get his word in, and then let y'all view what's going on here, and then we'll give y'all a little background. We'll also interview Donald in a few minutes.
Why is that important? Because I believe that campaigning.
You can hear me? Can you hear me?
Only an indication.
Can you hear me? So I know I was muted earlier. Well, like he said, I'm gonna do a little opening. Thanks for tuning in to Incarceration to Incorporation. I'm AB. I'm the founder and the CEO of Incarceration to Incorporation, where we specialize in helping those transition back into society, get them the proper resources that they need to transition back into society. And for those who are trying to open entrepreneurship, for those doing things special in the community, get them the resources that they need to be productive citizens in the community. This segment here, like Jody said,
that will make you proud and our hard work. So good luck. On the campaign trail, I typically don't get involved.
Put your mind to whatever it is you want to do, you can do it. You know what I mean? Even though you have gone through that incarceration pathway. So like you said,
But anyway, good luck.
He's running for city council. He's also been to prison, you know, and he said, come on later on, try to get on the show. And he's gonna talk about some of the things that that he got going on over there in Georgetown, South Carolina. Like I said, I'm AB, I'm a founder of Incarceration to Incorporation, and we on live now with
This man I work for in the United States Congress.
platform together. So we're having a discussion to talk about what it is that the community over there in Charlotte, what they got going on, and what Gilliard got planned.
I was amazed that he is
talking about the show. So
Hey, AB, what we'll do is we'll just uh let them do we'll listen to what they're saying. And I'll tell who the people who are up there speaking are. That's Mel Hyman. He ran for Senator of South Carolina. We worked this campaign also.
We had a long enough talk. I felt real comfortable with him working with me in my run for Congress. He was reliable. He was, as Senator Staff says, very hardworking, politically savvy.
The sound went out, Joyce.
He was reliable, and I felt comfortable working with him. We brought out the best in each other. I'm delighted he's running. I think he has a spirit of justice in his heart. America is a redemption story. We're still working on it. Donald's redemption story gets stronger by the month. And I think he's going to bring that redemption story to Georgetown. He understands the divide here. He's lived it. He's talked it. I don't know if any of you were there when he was on a panel with Bernie Sanders talking about criminal justice in Colombia. Was anyone there? He nailed it. He had his 6 minutes, and everyone was listening. We had a packed audience. Donald spoke from the heart. People were understanding things better. It's a long fight. Hey, I really think it's out of St. Francis. The beginning of hope is anger and courage. I think he is angry at injustice and wants to change things, and he's not afraid to speak truth to power. So I'm glad to be part of the team. I'll do whatever I can to support him.
Thank you, Mal. The next person, I'm delighted he's here. He's a freedom fighter. When I say a freedom fighter, y'all see him on TV all the time. My friend, we share the same last name. I'm honored that you came from Charleston to be here with me. I truly, truly know how busy you are, and I appreciate it. Representative Wendell Gilliard out of Charleston.
That's Representative Wendell Gilliard out of Charleston.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
He has some powerful people here to back
Oh,
him.
I have love for that brother and his family right there, ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell, I always tell him I'm gonna check the family tree because I know we're here. He has namesake. I have his namesake. I'm glad to know that he's a public servant. I'm glad to know that he's a soldier out here trying to make change, not for the few, but for the many. That is so important that we get people in office that they are public servant. You gotta remember that. He's not a politician by no means. We gotta understand that too. Our problem in Washington, our problem at the state level, county, local, municipal level, too many politicians. We need the common man, the common woman that has common sense. That's the bottom line. And Donald Gilliard, he amplifies and exemplifies all of the above. I want everybody to know that sound of my voice. Now y'all have some great people in here today. That's my good friend Marilyn Hemingway. Let's give her a big round of applause because I think anytime she comes around any event, it says volumes about that person that is running for office. And then my good friend Representative Carl Anderson, where are you, Red? I know he's sitting out here somewhere. He left. All right, because that's I wouldn't call him my seatmate, but we're good friends up in State House up there. Then y'all got one of the greatest senators in here, and he should be a congressman. I keep telling him that's Ronnie Sabb. Give him a big round of applause. Ronnie is a great leader, and he amplifies and exemplifies that. Even the way he sits like a congressman. He'll probably get there one day, hopefully. But ladies and gentlemen, it's good to be here. if Georgetown, South Carolina, move to the future, and I see that my name said he has Georgetown, build a better Georgetown. Well, in order to build a better Georgetown, or better Charleston, you have to elect great leaders. People who have backbone, not afraid to take a challenge, knowing that the only thing you should fear is God himself. That's what Mr. Gilliard brings to the table. He will stand up, voice up, straighten up, try to do things that is right for Georgetown, South Carolina. He cares about economic equality. He cares about cleaning his community up of crime. He cares about education. These are the things that are structured in place for a great leader. And I'm here today to tell you, if you get him in office, Maryland, Senator Sam, Georgetown can move and progress. You have a great mayor here. You have great state representatives like Representative Carl and Anderson here. Georgetown is ready for the future. We need it. We need him in office. We need you to get the votes out. We need you to carry people to the polls. We need to get him in office. Now, my 2 minutes is up. One last thing I want to say. It's another great gentleman in here. Brandon, raise your hand. Let's give this young man a great round of applause. He worked on my campaign when I first ran for city council. He is a star. I'm not going to say he's a rising star because he has arrived. But as young men, when they come in your presence, it should say volumes about Donald Gilliard. So God bless you all. Let's turn out the vote.
It's amazing that he took my job, man. Wendell. And Ronald, I'm going to get you in 1 minute. Hold on, I've got to make sure you are. I've got to introduce a young man that I met. He gave me a call and he wanted me to work with him. He was running a campaign for a candidate for governor. Now, I didn't think this candidate had a snowball chance. I honestly didn't. I'm like, man, this ain't gonna work. But what impressed me more than anything was that it was the first time that a candidate for governor had hired an African American to run the entire campaign. And that was my motivation. It was that. That was the reason I told him, come to Georgetown. And so he came to Georgetown and he met me at Arnie's restaurant. You know, I sent everybody to Arnie's to talk to me. And I think she made him some, was it salmon croquettes? Yeah, she made him some salmon croquettes. So he loved Georgetown ever since then. But he's a son and a friend. And I'm honored. He's very busy. Travels all over the country, and he is already a star. Mr. Brandon Upson.
Okay, Brandon is was the second in charge of Bernie Sanders'
How y'all doing,
campaign,
everybody?
the national campaign for Bernie
There's a
Sanders.
quote that says,
This young man
the
was
people
the
closest to the problem, so the one
he
closest
was
to the solution.
the second in charge
And
of
the
Bernie
only
Sanders'
way you
campaign.
can get close to the solution is to get closer to the problem. And the only way you can identify the problem is to get on the ground where the people reside. And I know that you know that Donald Gilliard,
No, not Bernie
stays
Sanders.
in the community.
Tom Steyer.
He knows the
He was in
problems
charge
and
of Tom
issues,
Steyer's
and
campaign.
because he is close
Not
to the
Bernie
people,
Sanders.
he is the closest to the solution. And that is why it's good for him to run for city council. You know, when I first got started with that
You having a
gubernatorial
reverb?
race,
That's because you so
and I
close.
knew I needed folks
My
who
producer telling me that I
understood
have
the
a
community
reverb.
to
You don't hear
work with
reverb.
us. I knew that I would not be
Maybe.
able to do it alone. So I met
Now you behind.
Donald at an event with Mal. And from there, we had a great conversation. And when I called him, in the back of my head, I was like, there's no way he's going to say yes. But he said yes. And not only did he help us, but he helped me. And he's been a constant and reliable source of mentorship, of guidance, of honesty. He'll tell me when I'm right and when I'm wrong. And when I'm wrong, it don't matter what time of the morning, he'll let me know. But that's what we need, because elected officials aren't elected to become celebrities. Elected officials are elected to make life better for the people they serve. And when we forget that, it is our job as citizens to let them look for a new job when we put somebody else in their place. And right now, I know as a private citizen, Donald has done the work. He's put in the sweat, time, and equity. To the next level and to the future. The work that he does is for his granddaughter and our children and our children's children. And we have to turn out this vote to make sure that it is done right, it's done in decency and in order, because it is time to make Georgetown better and better for the next generation. Thank you for doing this, Donald. I'm honored to be here. I'm only a call away. Congratulations in advance.
I want to recognize the gentleman who gave us this building. You know, we were supposed to be in Vancouver Park. When we got up this morning, we looked around, we were like, it's kind of cold, it's raining. And I came by and talked to Jason. I said, Jason, how much you would charge me for this building? And Jason said, I told you a couple of years ago, anytime you needed this building, you needed me, I ain't gonna charge you, I got it. And that's what he did. We were able to get out and get this building. Thank you. I'm so appreciative. Craig, before I introduce you, Ronald, come up here. Ronald McGinnis is running for city council, and I'm running too. Let me clarify that to you all. I'm running June the 8th. Ronald is running April the 13th, in about 3 weeks or so. Okay? I want y'all to listen carefully so people won't get confused. Ronald is running in about 3 weeks, April the 13th. He's running city council. It's just Ronald and a candidate on the Republican side running for Rudolph Bradley's unexpired term. And I'm telling you right now, I have been monitoring the numbers. There's some folks that have been voting early, and they don't look like being here. They are running a structured campaign. They're spending a lot of money. You've seen the nasty direct mails that they've got. I mean, it's been awful. And our people don't know there's an election April the 13th. So there's a lot of work that has to be done.
I hope he knows
We have to do the work. You have to make sure that you go. If you not let them get confused, think I'm running against Ronald. Ronald is running April 13th, and he's not running against me. He's running against the Republicans. So we need to come out and vote. Ronald?
Thank you, Donald. Yes, that just shows the kind of character that Donald has to have you come up during his event. And I'm not trying to steal his thunder. I won't steal his thunder. Donald is an amazing guy. And when you talk about working hard in the political arena, Donald is the man. He will work hard. But I want to say, first of all, thank you for coming out the first time around. I won the Democratic nominee. But now we need you again. And I'm asking that you go out early, Monday. Let's get into the voting booth. Vote Ronald McInnes for Georgetown. I'd appreciate it if you just tell everyone, pick up their phone, you're texting, you're sending out postcards. But we need your support. We need you to vote Ronald McInnes. Vote Ronald McInnes. Vote Ronald McInnes. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, Donald, for allowing me just a couple of seconds.
Okay. I don't know how many more speakers he got, but we'll interview him in a few minutes. As soon as he can get through with these speakers, because we got some state senators, some people ran for governor, everybody here that's backing him.
Mal Hyman running for Congress. And my cousin was working for Gloria Tanubu running for Congress. So I'm traveling in this week, so I go to Warrior County, I go to Conway, I'm like, okay, I got family in Conway. So I go up to Uncle George's house. I see a Gloria Tanubu sign in the yard. And I'm like, I go in the house. I'm like, Uncle George, what's that sign doing in the yard? He said, you got a sign for your candidate? I said, yeah. He said, okay, you put yours out there too. Y'all have both out there. But Craig is really, really very smart, very sharp, and a very strong brother, and I love him. Craig, you say a word, please. And can I recognize, come on, Craig. I want to recognize our County Councilwoman Lily Jean Johnson. Where's Sir? Mr. Clarence Small, come on up so people can see you.
Well, he shouldn't lose. All these people here supporting him. Better than Savannah supporting.
Mr. Sheldon Bucks, our former city councilman, is here. Appreciate you being here.
Okay.
Always open up in the name of God. What I want to say, I'm try not to be too passionate, but I want to give thanks to our sisters, Black women who have taken this country by storm in their political astuteness and getting elected to offices all across this nation, putting pressure on the political establishment. So to all the Black women, I want to give you a hand right now.
No, it don't have to. No, I need you to go whenever you finish up there to come here.
So what we need is balance. We need strong Black men as well.
All right.
I'm having to take this fight to the enemy with courage. Yes, I said the enemy because we do have enemies. We need to recognize it. With courage, with fearlessness, with feminine power. But we also need masculine energy and masculine power. Because in the beginning, when God created man, he made that man to have power and dominion over the fowl of the air, the fish of the sea, and every creeping thing that crawled upon the earth. And that man, in the beginning, was the original Black man. And you shouldn't be afraid to say that you are the original man. But somehow, in the last 6,000 years of our fall, we have lost the desire to have power and dominion. We have abdicated our responsibility as men to be the maintainers, securers, and protectors of our women, our children, our elderly, and our community. So what we have to get back to is strong Black masculinity. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that will create a balance of power in the world where it should be and could be if we find the testicular fortitude to stand up against what we see that is wrong in our society as men, and do not bend, do not bow, keep your head up, keep your chest out, and speak with authority. Yeah. Because that is what you represent. fearlessness is what we must have as black men. We must stand strong, even at the cost of our lives. We must stand strong. If you're afraid, and say you're afraid, and get the heck out of the way, and let somebody get in that spot to stand up for you and your people.
That's right. Y'all
So
hear
I'm
me?
here today, my dear brother, to thank you for the example that you have set for me as your young cousin. My mother loved you and your political astute. She always talked about you when we were children. I don't care about your fault, because all of us fail, and all of us fall. So anybody that tries to use that against you, but hell, we serve a people who have been falling for the past 400-something years in the way they treated the whole of humanity. But you don't have a problem voting for them. So why should you vote for one of your own who stood back up on the square and is standing for truth, freedom, justice, and equality for all, regardless of class, creed, or color? And that is what justice is. Justice does not know a color. Justice is that which distinguishes between right and wrong. It is the principle of fair dealing, one with the other. So all I'm asking to us as brothers in this room, we must hold all of our political leaders accountable. We make them stronger when we are engaged with them, with masculine energy. There's nothing wrong with that. No such thing as toxic masculinity. Because true masculinity is kind and loving and protective of the female. We'll check you if you have to, but not hurt you and not put our hands on you, but we will protect you. True masculinity will give their life for the female, for the children, for the elder. We will not bend, we will not bow, we will keep our back straight, and we will go forward in the future for our people. I thank you, my dear cousin. I love you, family. Thank you for being here, and thank you all for listening. As I greet you in peace, it's up to you.
Good evening. Greg, is a very hard act to follow. Amen. We want to thank God for everybody who came out today. My task tonight is very easy. I know everyone has said a lot of things about Donald. And when I look at Donald, actually when I met him a few years ago, I was already impressed with his story. So there's nothing really anyone can tell me new about Donald, because I see the spirit of man. So when I think about Donald, I think about what the scripture says in Romans 8. It says everything works together for the good of those who love God and those who are called according to his purpose. And some people may question that, but I have no doubt in my mind that everything that Donald went through, everything that he endured, every trial, every tribulation was working together for his good. I was looking at him, and I tell him all the time, I said, people tell your testimony, but I need you to hear your testimony. We often talk about it, we want to compare him to the prodigal son. But I heard someone else say tonight that it is a redemption story. And when I look at Donald, that's exactly what it is. It shows what Jesus has done for all of us. He's redeemed us. So I am honored that every trial, every tribulation, everything he went through, because if he had not gone through those things, he would not have been able to be set free after he was sentenced to life in prison. That does not happen. That was working for his good. If it was not working for his good, he would not be able to come out and be as successful as he is. That doesn't happen. That's God working for his good. If it wasn't working for his good, he would not have had the opportunity to work on a senator's campaign. Someone who knew his story and questioned maybe it's not the right one, but that's God working for his good. If it had not been for his good, he wouldn't have been able to work on a gubernatorial campaign. That does not happen. Once again, that is God working for his good. If it had not been for God, he would not have been able to sit on a presidential campaign. Once again, that's God working for his good. So you don't ever have to worry, you don't ever have to question. I don't use the moment of sleep of what the enemy might say about it. Because the Bible Bible says what the enemy meant for his good, God meant it for what the enemy meant for his bad, God meant it for his good. That's why I stand on Romans 8:28 when it comes to Donald. He said everything works together for the good. So when I look around this room and when I married this man, I knew that God was working in his life. And this is only the beginning. So yes, we want you to get out and vote. So my husband, your product, your son, your city of Georgetown, your home boy can make a better Georgetown. So I want to introduce to some, present to others, because some people only heard the story, but he's lived the story. I want to present to some, none other than our next city councilman, Donald Anthony Gilliard.
If y'all can see where I'm at. I got good sense in me. I got real good sense. You know, I got a call from people that are very dear to me. And they said to me, why run them? Why risk losing and it affects your reputation? Because I make money getting people elected. So if you make money getting people elected, and then you run and you lose, your stock go down. Why take that chance? That's what they said. But I said to them that I was 63 years old. And I disappointed this community by the bad choices and the mistakes that I made. I also said to them that as I drive through our community, I see a lot of blight. I see a lot of leadership that wasn't done. And I said, I think I can help with that. And so I said, I'm confident. I'm going to run. There's no guarantee when you put your name on the ballot. But I'll tell you one thing. I'll knock on every door in the city. If somebody meet me, it won't be because they outwork me.
That's right. That's right. He works.
I really, really, really feel that there is some good, that we can do some good in this community. I believe that. I believe my varied experiences in working with the staff and my alignment and my connection. I can pick a phone and call William Gilliard. I can call Brandon Hudson. I can, I really have a network of support and people that I've gained because of my political work. And I think that I can use that to help benefit my community of Georgetown. I believe that. I believe what God has done in my life and the people that He has brought to my way gave me what I needed to be able to get the resources that we need in this community. And make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. I will not be a rubber stamp for any issue as it relates to the city of Georgetown. Make no mistake about that. If it's a colleague on city council, and he's not responding, I think, to the needs of the community, I will challenge that. If it's the mayor who's sitting in the seat. And I don't think he's being responsive to the people. I'm gonna challenge him. I'm not gonna be a rubber stamp on city council. We're gonna try to do some good, and we're gonna fight for the people. That's what I'm gonna do. I promise you that. That's what I'm going to do. This is not gonna be a long speech. I am just overwhelmed that you all thought enough to come here. I'm telling you, this is just, Nicole, come here, Nicole. This is Nicole. Let me tell you the story about Nicole. Nicole works nationally in recovery programs for people who've been addicted to drugs, which I have been before. She works nationally and respected in what she does to help people reconstruct their lives and get their lives back together. Cole called me the other day. I just need the donate button so I can send it clear across America so people can donate to your campaign who were struggling at one time and have recovered and are doing well in life now. And that's what we're going to do. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very, very much. My friend came all the way from Savannah, Georgia. Now, he's a senior advisor, but he all the way in Savannah. And what he'll do is second guess everything you got to say to him. But I went to Savannah to work with his wife. And she reminded me she's an elected official too, and she is. She's on the school board in Savannah, Georgia, in Chatham County. Tonya Hall. Please stand, Tony. Excuse me, Dr. Tonya Hall. And her husband, my very dear friend. I'm not going to tell them where we met because y'all know you don't like folks to know.
I just don't brag about it.
Everybody don't want you to know, y'all. I don't care. But my very dear friend, Mr. Julius Hall. In Julius Hall, I'll be sitting he does a national podcast called From Incarceration to Incorporation. And I'll be doing an interview with them right after this. I'll sit over and do an interview with him. And my dear friend here who came that I love dearly, Mr. James Kennedy and Ann Kennedy, please. Now we're good. Let me tell you about James Kennedy. He ran for mayor in Florence in 1978 when everybody didn't even think they would run. He ran in 1978 for mayor of Florence. But those are the people I'm surrounded with. People that are willing to fight. Now, finally, let me ask you all this. I need you all to help me in this election. I really do. I need you to help me. I need you to get on the phone and start making those calls and help me in this election. And then I want you to be a guard for me. Yeah, I want you to be a guard for me. I'm gonna tell you what they're gonna say. Somebody gonna say, didn't he been in prison before? Somebody said, didn't he use drugs at one time? And I want you to tell them what my wife said about the redemption story. The redemption story. So I'm on it. I'm grateful. I am thankful. And I really need your help. My sister, hold it up, Tina. She has the sheet for anybody who wants to volunteer and help me. And volunteer may be you gonna sit at your house and make phone calls on my behalf. You can do that. But whatever you can do, you can help me. So thank you very much. Now I've got to introduce my team. My friend, where's Charles? Okay. This is my campaign manager, Now, I don't have to tell y'all, a little hard being my campaign manager now. Senator, a little hard. But Charles is my friend, never had any political experience. But he asked me the other day, he says, why did you select me as your campaign manager? You know what I told him? I told him the truth. I said, because I know you will fight for me. And I know you will work passionately on my behalf. And I really think that that's 90% of the game. You gotta have somebody who's willing to fight for you and work for you. And that's Charles. My media advisor is someone who I have a tremendous amount of respect. Representative Wendell Gilliard spoke of her, and he was exactly right. Anytime she's around, that's what it is. And she's also expensive to hire. But she's good at what she do. See, I'm the type, as I raise that money Senator Sales, I want good people work with me. I want to win. And I know the better people work for you, the better the chances are to win. But Marilyn Hemingway from the Hemingway Group handles media for me. Okay, my web designer and my all everything, we released a website this morning that's really beautiful. And she's from the upstate, lives in Columbia. And I'm delighted that she joined our team. And I work with her, and she is just excellent. Latasha Elliott. Raise your hand, Latasha, so they can know who you are. I hope I didn't leave anybody out. Did I leave anybody out before I let Marilyn come up? My wife? Oh, she everything. My wife is the unofficial campaign manager. So when I say unofficial, trust me, she eavesdrops on the phone when I'm talking to somebody. I can talk about politics, something I've been in all my life. And then when I get off the phone, she'll tell me everything I said and why I shouldn't have said that. Am I right? So she is everything to me. My MVP of this election, and there ain't no secret about it. I'm gonna tell you right now. Senator, I think she works harder than me. And that is my 83-year-old mother. Mother, please stand. I'm telling you now, she is supposed to be reckoned with. And she's like me, Senator. She had called me 6 o'clock in the morning, reminding me of somebody she got to go see. Seriously. And again, my wonderful family. Y'all, ain't no secret in this political thing now. I got a big family. A big family. And we stick together. And they work together. They put in their work. Y'all see that food y'all got? My family did that. My brother-in-law and my first cousin. Wonderful, wonderful family that I had. So thank you all. But very briefly, Marilyn is going to come and do some house cleaning and tell you all what to do. Because we state of the art on this campaign now. They're going to tell you to check something and do something. I don't know, I'm not a techie, but I just follow what they say they need to do. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Please help me. Please call everybody to you. I'm ready. I've done the work. I can serve this community, and I want you to help me in opportunity. Thank you all very much.
up there in front of you.
My name is
Donald.
very rarely that I give up before we get to the house, keeping business. And I actually enjoy
Let me sit here 1 minute, sweetheart.
But in Georgetown, we are in an inflection point.
Okay.
In the city. And
We got the interview coming.
keep control of the city of Georgetown.
No, I want you to put it out there because it'll somebody might hit it.
Not only vote for Donald on June 8th, we need to Donald has graciously.
I got
Donald understands there is
Leave that
a
there.
team effort. We need people on city council that help.
Okay, people. We got the man. The man.
I want to remind you on picture with Donald, Mr. Clarence Green is our.
1 minute. You had to step away from the news cameras. 1 minute. You got about 15 minutes left. This will be a quick interview.
And thank you very much. I also want to say thank you to the crew that's helping Donald. When Donald came to me regarding his campaign, I said, let's run a campaign that takes it to the next level for Georgia.
As soon as he can get through with the news press, they all want to interview him too. But they don't know this is the national news that we got here.
The website is Gilliard for City Council.com. That's number 4, not FOR, but the number 4. He already has a Facebook page. It already has content on it.
Well, while we're going, I'm gonna give up some photos of Donald and some there we are there with me, him, his wife Ronnie, who's a pastor, and him in the church. He and his wife preached one Sunday. That's me, him, and brother-in-law Stud Dixon, Eric Dixon, down in Jacksonville, Florida. We came up to see one of Donald's plays, what he does called God's Trombone, and that's a whole bunch of the gang. It's 300 of us, but that's only 5 of us there. We came down to see his play that he puts on called God's Trombone. It's an awesome play that I'm going to eventually bring to Savannah. There's the Vanessa. She came to Georgetown. Anybody that knows Vanessa, just ask her about the play. She came and seen the play, and she enjoyed the play. She brought the book. He wrote a book, so she brought the book, and that's him signing the book there for Vanessa. That's the story that the South Strand News did on Donald, serving 20 years in prison, and now look at him now. It's just proof that once paid, a debt is no longer a debt. Here it is with Bernie Sanders. He was on the Bernie Sanders campaign as a man in charge of this district, this whole region. We are delighted to have Mr. Gilliard. He's also, here he is here, also with all the guys. We have, like I said, it's about 300 of us, 180 in one group and about 100 and something in the other group. And we're going to be doing some great things in the near future. Here's Donald again with Danny Glover. Danny Glover is Bernie Sanders' personal best friend, and Donald and Danny are very good friends and talk all the time. But anyway, here's Donald. Without further ado, Mr. Donald Gilliard. How you doing today, sir?
Wonderful.
Great. We are so proud of you, and you are just proof positive that once paid, a debt is no longer a debt.
Absolutely. I feel that, and I just hope that this story is an inspiration to other guys who perhaps have fallen off, have made some bad decisions in their life, went down the wrong road, to know that you can actually come back. And and that's my story. That I came back.
I came back to make a difference in the community.
All right. So we know that you worked several big campaigns, Bernie Sanders' campaign in particular, and advised on a bunch of other ones. And you know, just you know, and you're also going to be advising on my campaign whenever I decide that I'm going to run. So, how did you get into politics?
I actually started with politics when I was like 15 years old. I was just fascinated by some reason. I would work for candidates, run for local office, put flyers on cars and that sort of thing, and you know, develop a strong inclination for it. And as I moved forward, it just elevated and elevated and elevated. When I was 19 years old, I was state director for a candidate, field director for a candidate running for governor of the state of South Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. At that early age.
Yeah.
You know, and that's amazing, you know. And this show, what it does is this show is Incarceration to Incorporation. And what we're showing is that it ain't over until God says it's over. You can always change your life. Redemption is a great part of life. And you're a prime example of that. And we just want to say how proud we are that you are part of our organization. Not that you went to prison, but that the fact that you are showing and you are a shining example of what it takes to persevere. You persevere to the point where we know that you are an example for everybody else. Just keep on doing what you're doing, you know, and so that's what we're doing. You tell him he got to turn it down. Tell him he got to turn it down. Yeah, but no, him. But anyway, we're trying to get the music down a little bit while we finish this interview. But anything that you want to tell a brother that might just they want to take pictures with him and we want to anything that you want to tell a brother, a young female, or a young brother, that a young person that's getting out of prison.
Yeah, one thing I want to tell them is that it's all up to you. It really is. It's up to you. One of the things that I've learned is that you have to change playgrounds. If you stay in the same playground, then it's more difficult to come back. It's more difficult to stay on the right track. But you have to change playgrounds. That's one of the main things, changing playgrounds.
Okay. Well, we're proud of you. We're excited that we came here to cover this here. And just call us anytime you need us. We'll be back to walk and knock on door to door. Which you know that we did it for the mayor here, and we did it for the mayor before that with you. So we go all over.
Is evidence. You know, where we came from, the fact that you came from Savannah, Georgia, here to be here. We're networking. This is important. People out there listening, they see it. We're one, man, and we have to recognize that.
We're gonna let you go because we see the press wants you, and everybody want to take a picture with you, shake your hand. So we're proud of you, my brother, and we'll be back to see you.
Thank you,
and thank you for letting us cover you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, people, that was the great Donald Gilliard. It was a few, like I said, he's friends with everybody. Bernie Sanders, he was working Bernie Sanders' campaign. He's worked on presidential campaigns after doing 20 years in prison. They have to call him. If you want to be elected in this region of the country, you have to get with this guy. And it's just a testament of who he is, you know. That's him and all the boys. And we all come out and support him whenever he has anything. AB, we got about 6 minutes left. I also want to thank the sponsor. Let me thank the sponsor before I give it to you. The sponsor tonight is the right angle helmet, the R90 Apex Triangle right angle helmet. this is what this is the sponsor of the show tonight. Anybody that wants to get any information on the right angle helmet or the R90, all you have to do is go to apextriumph.com. apextriumph.com. That's our sponsor for tonight. I'll put it to the bottom of the screen also. But anyway, anything that you want to say, AB, you can take it away.
I want to say something, but I don't think people can hear me over the sound and everything going on in the campaign. But you still can't hear me, right?
Okay. You know, I'm having technical difficulties and I can't hear you. But I got the producer gave me an earpiece from the feed that they got. But I can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Is it a delay? I'm pretty sure it's a delay in everything now. I wanted to talk to Mr. Gilliard and congratulate him. I know my sound was out earlier. I know it's still out. So I don't know if the people can hear me. I know you couldn't hear me earlier. I want to congratulate him and thank him for coming on to the show.
Oh yeah, yeah. They got the news press wanted him, and he had to run off because they wanted to interview him. He had a couple of hundred people here that was here to support him. So
that's good. That's good. I know he busy. Like I said, I wanted to congratulate him. You know, but like you said, like you kept saying, you know, he's a prime example of what the brothers and sisters need, man. That once you go into the incarceration, it's not over.
The arm ain't going to nothing. How y'all doing?
You know, we went through that incarceration pathway, man, and we came home, transitioning back into society, and you know, had to go through a lot of obstacles to.
Okay, AB, you can take it on out, and then just hold your hand up, and I'll close it out. Okay?
Hey, man, I've been talking, man. You probably got a delay going on. You know what I mean? Back and forth. You know, I've been talking. I don't know if you can still hear me or not.
It's a delay on that mic.
Yeah, it's a
so
bad
I can't really hear anything. It's a delay on the mic. But anyway, just hold your hand up when you finish, and then I'll take us out.
Hey, that's cool. Then you can go ahead on and take us out because I feel like the sound quality is horrible right now, and I don't want to be sounding poor up here on the mic. So you can take us out, man. Just do a good closing for me, man. You good?
Okay. We thank you for tuning into this live broadcast. Share. We're here in Georgetown, South Carolina. Next Friday, we'll be back to our regular stations, and we'll be ready to go from there with our regular stuff that we do. I think we got somebody on that. It's on the schedule somewhere. I don't know whether it's the preachers next week or what it is, but we got a great show for you next week also on a lot of things that we're going to cover. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Share. It ain't over till God says it's over. And also, once paid, a debt is no longer a debt. So don't let nobody hold anything over your head. Before they could put the stain of the B on me, I took the stain up out of it. You know, right. So I put it out there. You ain't got to worry about where I've been. I'm telling you where I've been. But you need to watch where I'm going. So Until then, I'll talk with you later on this week, AB. Good night, everybody.
Good night.